G'day everyone, SuperCoach lads here. We're just a new podcast, three best mates from the country, and just really love our SuperCoach, and we're just glad to do something each week that we're really excited just to have a chat and just have some fun. So my name's Butts, and I'm an Eden Apsley boy, and really love my footy. I'm addicted to it, and love my SuperCoach. Sluggy?
Hello boys. Just doing this with a few of us mates here. We just want to do this for a bit of fun and help out people if they want questions or whatnot. I'll let Marco talk now.
Yeah, boys, my name's Marco. I love me footies like these other boys. Big, huge Essendon supporter out here in Western Victoria. Keen to get the season on the way.
So starting off, Dan, how's your team looking, and where are you sitting at the moment, and who are you happy with and who you're not really happy with at the moment?
Coming out of round 4, I don't think many of us did too well. Only scored 2,084, only in the top 30%. So, rank of in the 40,000s, which isn't too good. Obviously, we're not happy with the likes of Hibberd, Billings and Howe this week. And plus, also got Kelly sitting on the bench, which isn't too good either. Yeah, it's just frustrating holding on to these Hibberds and Billings when they're not doing much for us. That's all I can say on my team this week. What about yourself,
Sounds
Marco?
pretty short, eh? Yeah, no, my team's going pretty average too, to be honest. Not really getting on the scoreboard that I'd like to see. It's sitting about 40,000 in the ranks as well, which is pretty crap. Scored 2,072 this week. Few players like the likes of Holman, Billings and Howe hurt me pretty bad. And also not playing Stephenson was a bad call on my behalf. That was a late change last minute. Should have kept him inside. Yeah. Really hurt. Hurt me weekly matchup that week too, which caused me to have my first loss of the season actually. So not going too well. What about yourself, Butts?
Yeah, it's been an interesting start, I reckon. Us three boys sort of have really similar teams, and we're all sitting at around that 40k mark. And I've gone a few mid prices, and not really paying off as I'd like. I've gone with Jaeger and the Jaegermeister, and he's he's going really well. I had him last year, and he sort of burnt me a bit, so I needed to get him this year so I could just get a bit of revenge and just try and do well with him. And he's doing well, and averaging 98 at the moment, and got 145 and on the weekends, so I was really happy with that. And not really happy with Howe from Collingwood, the big intercept marker. He's sort of changed roles with Ben Reid going forward, and he's sort of gone to that key defensive now instead of that intercept marker, which is really hurting his points. So he's playing on the big boys, and just not getting them easy points that he was getting, like your Ranters do, and sometimes your Jeremy McGovern's occasionally. So he's only averaging 84, and it's not really looking good at the moment. And I don't really want to trade him because he's probably a premium that should be in the top 10. But we'll see how he goes. So not a very good.
He can definitely turn it around. It's playing in that wet weather was definitely not good for him, being a contested mark kind of player and trying to get contested disposals. When he's playing on smalls in the wet, he's not going to be able to do much. Not moving up the ground either, playing as a third tall. Not much he can do about it this week. One bad week. We'll move on and hope he does well on Anzac Day.
Yeah, that's right, Sluggy. So see how he goes. Marco, how are you going with your rookies? What do you think? What are your thoughts around that?
Oh, I guess you can't really go past Finlayson as your best rookie of the year so far for me anyway. Score of 102 this week, averaging 92 for a rookie. I say that's pretty solid. Break even of -11, still making plenty of cash. His highest score is 106, but his only lowest score is 77. So he's going great guns for a rookie. Can't get any better than him, I'd say. Bad rookie, I'd have to say is probably Holman. He had a great start to the season, but his fourth round was shocking. Score of 32, he really lacked those tackles that he had back against Fremantle, which were about, where was it? 6 tackles. Even the week before then, he had 11 tackles. So, yeah, he's down on his tackling, which really hurt.
He was doing a
possession.
He was doing a tackle gaff.
Yeah. So, yeah, he had a lot of tackles that game. A few contested possessions then, too, which really boosted up his score. But, no, just lacked nothing this round. So, yeah, that definitely hurt. Yeah, Slug, we'll move on to you for your rookies, mate.
Good rookie. You'll know this one, Marco. Jaden Stevenson. Got me the win over Marco on the weekend. He had him on the bench and I had him on. It was lovely.
Terrible
I think only won by about 17 points and he took Garlett's score over Stevenson, so that was great for me. I was pretty happy watching that as a Collingwood supporter. Yeah, and he's done well to come back from a 32, I believe, last week, and then come back with 115, I believe it was. So he was going at 92% efficiency with 13 touches, which is pretty good in the wet. Kicked 5 goals too, so that was great. Bad rookie, I think we know. Andrew Brayshaw, he's just underperforming. He's not getting much game time out there either. He's got a break even of 54 this week, and for the last 2 weeks he's hit a 32 and a 42, so it's unlikely that he'll move up in cash, so he'll be one of the reasons why I do a trade this week, I reckon, boys.
Yeah, no, he's definitely on my trade books. Definitely on mine.
What about yourself?
Don't reckon he can reach that break even of his.
Yeah, well, the ones that we all know about, your Tim Kelly from Geelong, he's flying, and you don't even really need to talk about him because everyone's got him and everyone knows what he's doing, but yeah, I've really been impressed with a couple. Yeah, Finlayson really looks good. It's really surprising that this kid hasn't played much at all in the past, and he looks really, really good, and he should be getting the game. But the way he's actually playing is really helping GWS, and it's for a rookie to just come in and do that, awesome.
Those youngsters at GWS have been doing very well, haven't they, the past few years?
Yeah, they have
plenty of talent.
A lot of recruiting.
Yeah, and the real disappointing one, and I think a couple of us jumped on him, was old Paddy Dow from the fruit picker from Swan Hill. He was very. We all drove up round one, the 4-hour trip, and we did. Unfortunately, a couple of us had him in our team. We
got sucked in.
Pretty much didn't see him that night, did we? And we haven't seen him since. Like Carlton, pretty much.
Yeah, you think?
Most players on Carlton, to be honest.
You think he'd have a role now with the way Carlton are going, losing Murphy, and he's still not getting touches in those midfield, and it's definitely costing him.
That's right. So we'll just go into rage trades. What are your thoughts, Dan?
Rage trades. Oh, well, we all know who the rage trade is.
You're the king of rage trades, mate.
I haven't done too many. Not too many. I haven't. I'm probably. There's not many of us that have both kept Hibberd and Billings, and I am able to say that I still have Hibberd and Billings in my team, and I will be this week as well. And we all know Hibberd, averaging 79. He's hit, 370s and a 92, I believe. That's his high score, a 92 this year, and he's definitely not playing the same type of role he was last year. He's not taking kickings, which probably costing him about 10 points a game. He's not getting up the ground. He's playing as a key defender. He's not getting any separation. So he's definitely on the radar to go. But with Lewis being out for a few weeks, I think I'm going to have to sit with him, see how he goes. He might even move up in cash. And then if he drops back down, I think then he'll have to go.
Yeah.
And
my one rage trade of this year. My rage trade of this year was definitely David Armitage. Traded him out before even the price hike. Just couldn't trust him. Coming off an injury-ridden year last year, but you would have thought he would have turned it up this year, getting back in the side, keen to play again. But score of 79, 76, first 2 rounds, just his break-even wasn't great at that time either, so his chance he was going to drop in price. Just couldn't trust him. Then he got the score of 47 the week later. Definitely would have hurt those people that kept him. So, yeah, I think I did well getting him out. Put him in for Ollie Wine. So, yeah, I don't know. Definitely worth it.
Didn't you get rid of him the week he was dropped?
Nah, the week before.
The week before.
Oh.
No, I'm pretty
Actually,
sure
I don't remember who I traded in.
I believe.
I don't remember who I traded in for, but yeah. No, definitely got rid of him for someone, though. Yeah.
He had a good game in the VFL, apparently.
What do you reckon, Butts?
Yeah, I can't really say I've had a rage trade, but I did jump on someone that had warning signs, I reckon, from the start, but unfortunately I jumped on him. But it was young Zachy Fisher from Carlton. We watched him that round one game, and that first quarter he was just unbelievable.
He was all over the joint.
Yeah, I picked him up for about 260k, and so it was sort of in between that mid pricer and that rookie price of a really good rookie. And yeah, he was averaging, when I picked him up, he was averaging 101. In the last 2 weeks, he's hit a 76 and a 45. And they've been tough games to Carlton, but yeah, I think I might have jumped on him a bit too early. He's maybe 70k so far, but yeah, I'm not sure. I think I'll definitely regret that. And I'm probably going to look to rage trade him in the next couple of weeks, unfortunately.
Yeah, could have worked trade on that one.
POD's took out for, boys. Anth, what are you looking for? Who are you looking for? Who does no one really have or have?
Yeah.
POD?
So mine's a bit of an outsider here. Looking at his scores, it's probably not that impressive, but he is averaging 114. It's Ed Curnow from Carlton. So he's hit 2 scores below 100, one at 86 and one in the 90s. His high score is 146. So he's got a bit of a range of scores, but if he keeps up his form that he's on, he's averaging he's on 26 disposals against North, and then against Collingwood he was on 25. So if he sits around that mark, keeps getting the tackles like he's getting, like 7 tackles per game, is pretty good. I reckon if he keeps going the way he's going, he could be a sneaky chance to get slotted into some sides as that cheeky POD, because not many people are looking at him with just 1% having him. So, yeah, I reckon he's a bit of an outside that no one's really talking about. For his price even, too. So, yeah, definitely worth a look at.
Definitely a very unique player there.
Yeah.
Soggy?
Yeah, my POD, still staying on the Collingwood train here. Still side bottom. And he's had a couple of good weeks. Been great. Yeah, 113.5 average. His 3-round average is 121. And we all know that's all helps to Grundy, who's having a spectacular year this year, number 1 ruck at the minute. He's coming off scores. He had 291s first round and second, and then his third round's been 134. His fourth round's 138. He's just running everywhere. He's getting a lot more midfield time this year. He's not spending as much time on the wing, but he's just a gut runner. He just runs everywhere, and he gets a few sneaky goals here and there. He's definitely a POD I'm watching for.
That game he played, I think it was 2 weeks ago, where he was tagging. Who was he tagging? He was tagging
Salone. No, we're talking about the week before, aren't we?
Yeah, he was unbelievable. He tagged someone, and
it would have been
absolutely.
I don't believe he tagged anyone, because we played Carlton and Cripps was tagged by Pendlebury.
Okay, so it was last week. Yeah,
he tagged Rory Salone,
and he just dominated him.
He got to him in the contest, and once those contests ended, he was off, and Rory Salone was nowhere to be seen. He was, for a tagging role, getting those kind of disposals. I don't know what it was, 38 or something.
It was about 44.
Yeah, so yeah, very good. And with the help with Grundy, they've been winning a lot of clearances, so he's getting a lot of points from that as well.
Yeah.
So what's your POD?
My POD is someone that I don't know. I don't think you can trust. He is a massive POD, but I don't really think you can trust him at the moment. And it's Jack McRae from Western Bulldogs, and he's a big outside player. He was a massive part in their finals run in 2016 that won them the Unreal Flag. And he's one to look out for, but it's very, you're not sure with him as well. He's averaging 124 and he's ranked 4th. But I think like Bulldogs, you're really not sure what they're going to get. You're not sure what you're going to get from Dowhouse or Bonts or players like that. And I don't know. I think it'd be very hard to trust him, and it'd be a massive risk. And it could pay off, but at the end of the day, I can't see him probably averaging over 115, 110 at the end of the season. And with everyone averaging so high this year, I don't think he'll be in that top 10 midfielder. So really probably not worth picking him up, especially with his price. I think ballooning over 600,000 if I'm not...
Yeah, 616 at the moment.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, so that's a lot. And yeah, you'd probably rather save up for your Dangerfields or your Crouches in the next few weeks who are genuine superstars, and you know what you're going to get from them week in, week out.
Yeah, even if Merritt turns around going at the price he's at, he's a bloke that can easily average over 110. He should have those few shocking weeks, but you can definitely bring him in. But McRae last year, obviously solid player because he had that forward swing. So him being a forward line player was great. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. I don't think he'll average over 110 plus. I think he'll average over 100, but yeah, I think he'll be pushing it.
Oh, see, I'm gonna buff the curb on that one. I reckon he could average nearly 120, just for the way the Bulldogs actually are playing. He seems to be the only midfielder that's actually being consistent and standing up. Like, if he just keeps it going, like, I don't think he really needs the players around him, like the Bonts and that, to score well, because he's scoring well himself with everyone else being pretty average. So I reckon he can hit the 120 mark per year.
We'll
interesting.
And week with Lockie
and it depends. Yeah, it depends how it keeps going as well, because as we know, them outside players are really easy to tag, and it's very hard to tag your Tom Mitchells, your Dangers, your Dusties who win the ball in the contest. You can't really tag someone with contested possession, but we know with Jack McRae, he's such an outside player. He's your Montagners of the years gone past. He's your Andrew Gaffs, and you look at Gaff, he can't handle a tag at all because he's just such an outside player. So yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if he gets tagged the next few weeks, especially being probably that number one midfielder at Bulldogs at the moment. So
yeah, he might. Yeah. He might do a Sloan and just get shut out completely. Like, you never know.
Couldn't agree more on that. I'm not a big fan of outside players in SuperCoach. You want boys to get their own footy and get contested possessions.
So boys, we'll go into the captain's corner. I'll start. We'll just have a couple of players each and just sort of your thoughts on whether they could be whether they're captain worthy this week. So I'll start, and I'll straight away go probably the best player in the comp at the moment, and that's Tommy Mitchell from Hawthorn.
Oh, that's a big call.
That is a big call.
And I'm going to say I wouldn't bother captaining him or vice captaining him this week, because I think the best tagger in the game is going to go to him, and he's shut out players left, right, and centre, and not as much this year coming back from injury, but which is Benny Jacobs from North Melbourne, who's probably the elite tagger of the competition, the best one at the moment since your Ryan Crowleys are gone in the last few years. And yeah, I think Ben Jacobs is going to do a real big job in him, and I can't see Tommy Mitchell getting over 100, and I'm going to say over 110, and he plays on a Sunday game as well, so can you really trust him if he's going to get around that 110 mark? Do you want that, or you're better off going for other players? And my other one that I was going to go for was it's a big one. It's Fifey. He's coming
that
up
was my pick.
Yeah, sorry. He's coming up against the Doggies this week, and Doggies don't generally tag, and that could be really, really big for Fifey, and it'd be interesting to see how big he can go, because he's sort of been in patchy form this year, and he's dominated one game where he got that 160, I reckon it was last week or 2 weeks ago, and then he's got 120, 175. So he's in and out of it, and it's sort of hard to tell, but I think he's a real good one because he plays on that Saturday where you can loophole him, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he goes. So my pick is stay away from Tom Mitchell this week, which is a big call, seeing he's averaging 138. Yeah. But I'd definitely chuck the vice captain on the loophole on Fifey and see how he goes. Yeah. And Marco, what do you think?
Oh, you've basically taken both mine in the not captaining Mitchell. You've hit the nail on the head there. I really don't have anyone in my side that I would say wouldn't would fit the captain's role like that, where I wouldn't say no. I'd probably say Zach Merritt, because he's been a bit up and down, but I wouldn't have considered him anyway. Would have said Fife as my captain's pick, but I'm actually going to go for Ruffy now, looking at who they're playing. I reckon Buddy Franklin. I reckon he could have a huge game with the depleted Adelaide side that they have. Their Sydney midfield is going to get well on top of Adelaide, I reckon. I reckon Buddy could be in for a big night at the old SCG boys. He's going to get a lot of the ball with that midfield of Adelaide, with missing the two Crouch boys. Sloane's out as well. They're gonna look pretty slow on the park, I reckon, Adelaide. So yeah, Franklin's my pick. He's going to get a lot of it.
Couldn't agree more.
And with Buddy Franklin as well, key forwards generally do really well in games that are really close, because goals are nearly worth double if the game's really on the line. Yeah, and especially in that last quarter where he always stands up. So it'll be I'm agreeing with you.
Even his ground play, he just gets the disposals around the field too. It's not just like he sits at the full forward mark. He runs around the midfield too sometimes too. So he gets a lot of it as well.
Easily get those 150s. So he's not a bad vice decision. I don't have many vice decisions this week because I don't have many players on the bench that I can loophole. I don't know about yourself, boys, but
oh no, I got one. I got a perfect one.
I know you have the Essendon player, so that'd be great for you. The best one I've got is a West Coast player, or if Holman gets dropped from the extended bench. So I've had to take a vice captain before 7 o'clock Saturday night. So I've had to kind of go with either a Laird or a Nick Nat, because he's playing a Carlton side that's struggling and it's got no cruiser in it.
Whoa, wow.
Yeah, it's really risky too, because he's only playing 50% of the game, which is really not good for us owners that have Nick Nat, because if he was playing 80% game time, he'd be killing it.
With Nick Nat as well, if the game's over at half time against Carlton, if you said that's who they're playing, Nick Nat's not going to play much game time, I don't think.
Yeah, it's a conundrum. I'm not set on my vice captain yet, but the captain I've got is one that you guys haven't mentioned, and I'm surprised. I know it was probably because who he's playing, but it's Dusty Martin.
Oh yeah,
obvious choice.
How can you not talk about Dusty Martin?
I was waiting for you guys.
Yeah,
obvious choice. I thought I was thinking outside the box.
I'm sure he'll get a bit of a tag there from Melbourne, but he's a hard bloke to tag even if you sit on him, so he's just influential. He'll get the points.
Sits up full forward and still scores 141. You can't go past it.
Still kicks 5 or 6 goals if you sit him up in forward line, so you can't go wrong with him, really. He's had that one bad week, but all the other ones have been spectacular, so I'll be pretty happy to have the captaincy on him.
And Dusty's a really interesting one as well. He's playing a lot of forward this year, and that tells you something about how Richmond's going, how good their midfield is at the moment. That on the weekend he's kicked 6 and he's played predominantly forward probably the last 2 weeks. Either that's saying that he's injured and they're really helping his GPS results, not running him around too much, or they're going that well and that hangover's nowhere near, and I'm thinking top 4, but that shows you how well they're going with him playing predominantly forward at the moment.
Apart from the Adelaide game, they're definitely hard to beat at the moment.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Old Tigers.
So, boys, I have vice captain this week is my Fifey, and he's going to be loopholed if he gets over 125. And my captain is, Dusty. What about you guys?
Yeah, I got the vice on Franklin, just for the reasons I said. So, yeah, definitely putting it on him, seeing what he can do. If he gets over 130, I'd be definitely happily to take that one. And Dustin Martin, got to have the captain on him. If he's playing on a Tuesday night, then captain him up, loophole him if you need to. That's what I reckon. Safe bet.
Yeah, I'm undecided at the minute, boys. I might be going with Rory Laird, and I might put the captaincy on Dusty, I reckon. Well, I'm definitely going to have the captaincy on Dusty, but I think I'll be going vice captain on Rory Laird and see how it goes from there. He should get a lot of ball use there. I reckon Sydney's going to get on top of him this week.
Just thinking about Rory Laird, I think it's phenomenal what he's been able to do as that small defender, small back flanker. What do you guys think?
Oh, no, I reckon it's impressive. The scores he got, like the possessions he got, round 1 and 2, were just ridiculous. Yeah, he's a ball magnet. He does it so easy too. Like, it just comes to him. Like, he just sits at the back and he just gets the ball. And you see him all the time. And if you watch an Adelaide game, he's always that sweep and roll. Like, he got 40 disposals round 1. Round 2, I think, was about 43. So, yeah, no, he's playing some good footy. And he's averaging 122. So, yeah.
He's definitely not the most influential player, but he definitely gets his hands on the footy, which is great for us.
Great for SuperCoach.
Yeah, that's exactly
right.
Great
for SuperCoach.
He's going to get you those 30 disposals. If you don't have him in your back line, you definitely need to bring him in. I can't imagine you not having him in your side because he's going to be in the top 3. I'll even say that. There's just no doubt about it.
I think he's going to be number 1 for sure.
I reckon he's number 1 too, based on what I've seen.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, interesting. Oh, so boys, we're up to unique players that we have that no one else does, that no one else has. Sorry. So, Sluggy, who have you got that no one else has? Who's your mystery that you are either going well with or not?
That no one else has. Well, I don't have many of them, to be honest. I've got a lot of players that seem to be in a lot of other people's teams. The lowest one I've got is Jeremy Howe. He's the most unique player I have, with only 8,000 picking him out of about 190,000. So
loves following the trend, don't you?
What trend?
He does. So if you guys don't know, or obviously you guys would know, Sluggy's the one who does all his research, and he's always asking us about players flat out. And he's the one who, he's always going on what everyone else says. So it's not really his team.
He jumps on the bandwagon.
Jumps on so many bandwagons. It's not funny.
That sounds very likely, boys. Yeah, no, definitely had no say in my team or anything. They did when we were coming up to the Carlton and Richmond game. You know, we're all panicking. Well, I was mainly the one panicking. We're sitting in the what was it? The train. The train. Yeah, we're sitting in the train, and you're getting the lists. I'm like, I don't have these guys. I need to chuck them in, and they were trying to convince me to pick up Paddy Dow. Luckily, I didn't pick him up. And I brought Brayshaw in, and I brought in Cruiser. That was a shock.
I guess he's a lesser of two evils, eh?
Yeah.
Brayshaw.
Yeah, Brayshaw is. At least he was fielding the field for us, but he's definitely not made us too much cash. What has he made us? About 20K since we've had him?
Yeah.
And he traded him out, so I can't say.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's going to make us any more, boys. So I think most of us are getting rid of him, and I think we'll be talking about players that we can bring in for him. And if you're thinking about trading Hibbert or Billings, we might give you some advice on who to bring in.
Yeah. So my uniques are, I thought this one was a real big unique, but apparently not. But Jägermeister, he's 25% of teams, which is phenomenal. I wouldn't have thought that in the world at all. And my other one who I'm not sure about, but Zachy Fisher, who I've talked about, he's only in 7% of teams, averaging 81. Not really sure. Can't trust him. He's going to make me a little bit more money, but yeah, not really sure. That's my unique. What about you, Marco?
Look, I want to put myself in a hole, but I've got Ollie Wines. Traded him in before the Essendon game.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Bit of a high score of 147. Definitely fluctuates his average of 104. He's only hit one game above a ton too, which I actually didn't realise before I traded him in. So might have fallen in the Ollie Wines trap, but hopefully he'll keep going. Only 1% of teams have him. So if he does pick up his form, that's definitely an outsider player that really no one has. So hopefully this week he can turn around and actually get over that ton mark. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see on that one.
Yeah, he's definitely a very unique player. I reckon he might struggle with him a few weeks. He might end up averaging 95 between 105
If
at the
he-
end of the year.
If he averages 110, I'll take it. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what he does moving forward.
I think it'll be
Like,
even less than that myself.
They're up against who's Port up against this week? I can't remember. But yeah, just hope he goes up big this week. They're up against the Cats, so
yeah, Catty.
yeah, hopefully he can get in that contested ball up against Dangerfield and those boys. So yeah, we'll see how he goes.
Yeah, fantastic.
1% of teams, so 2% of teams have him. So definitely an outside choice that I might have fallen in the trap of. Yeah, go ahead, Bots.
So guys, we've got a Twitter handle at SuperCoach Lads, and a part of this podcast is we want to help you guys out, but not really that. We just want to hear from people. And at Stuart G, he sent us a question in, and his question is: any ideas on what is going on with Billings? Do you want to answer that one, Sluggy?
Billings, I'm surprised we don't all know about this. He's playing in a struggling Saints side, and he's really just not getting his hands on the footy. And I don't know about everyone else, but I thought he was going to have a good week against Geelong. Watching the game, it's on about 40 at the end of the first quarter, and then didn't get much of a kick for the next 2 quarters. It's just not getting up at his end, and he's not spending time in the midfield, which is really damaging. Yeah, he's a bit of a headache. I don't know what you see yourself about him, but he's someone, though, I'm going to hang on to. If you looked at his scores last year, he might have even gone over 90 in the first 5 rounds, and then he just blew out. Everyone was trying to bring him in. He's a kind of a bloke that is just hot and cold at times. He's one of those ones that's going to have those big games. He's going to have those small games. I think if you've got him in, you've got to kind of stick with him. You should be backing in your premiums. I need to do that more often myself. Yeah, that's all I can say on Billings.
He averaged a 92 last year, so backing off that form, you would have thought he would have picked up a bit. But yeah, like you said, Saints are just struggling, so you never know what they're going to bring out that squad. Like every player in that team, I reckon, except for probably Jack Stevens, who I reckon is still travelling okay.
Ross is a good one too.
Yeah. They're just not scoring like you reckon they should be, and they're definitely not putting it out in the field like everyone expected the team to rise up above and maybe even make the 8. So yeah, I'd have to agree. It's definitely a tough player to have in his side at the moment.
Yeah, I was doing some research when I got this question because I thought it was really fascinating because at the end of the day, he's actually averaging over 20 touches at the moment. But the big thing is he's a mid-forward, and he's not a midfielder, he's a mid-forward. And he's only kicked 2 goals this year, which tells you exactly why he's dropped down in price. 2 goals as a mid-forward is terrible in 4 games. And that shows you exactly what you said before, boys, that how Saints are going. He's kicked 2 goals, he's probably their best small forward or best mid-forward, and not really getting the ball down there and having enough opportunity.
Yeah, I believe that St Kilda, they've kicked, past 2 weeks, they've kicked 5 goals, 13 or 5 goals. I don't believe what the other points were, but they've been kicking 5 goals a game. It's just really struggling to put it on the scoreboard, and then you're not getting those score assists, and
it all adds up.
It does, and when you're playing on the half forward, you're generally doing the kicks in the forward 50, which gives you more points, and he's just not getting them at the minute with the way.
And he's not a contested ball winner too, so he doesn't get the points from that either. He's more of an outsider, so you're losing the contested ball with him as well.
Exactly. Another question from @MattButler37. Thinking about bringing in Grundy or Nick Nat this week for Goldie. What are your thoughts, boys? Off you go.
I'd definitely be holding Goldstein. I don't think you've got much to worry about. With Cruiser coming out, I could see why you'd want to trade, but yeah, I think you've got to stick with Goldstein. I think Grundy's a bit too high priced at the minute. I think you've got to wait till he drops. He's been playing very well, but yeah, I think he's a bit too expensive. What side is he on? What's his price at the moment?
Grundy, 6'11".
6'11".
Not worth it. It's not worth it.
No, it's too much to be buying in on. He could have a
couple
of
I
weeks
reckon you
of
missed
100. Yeah, you've missed it.
Yeah, I'd probably hold Goldstein too, to be honest, for now. Anyway, see if his form picks up. If it doesn't pick up, then I'd look to trade him to, probably Grundy, because you can't go past Grundy this year. Nick Nat's not a bad choice either, but you can't really trust him on his recent injury history. But yeah, I'd hold Grundy like Slug said. Goldstein like Slug said. See if his form picks up. See how he goes throughout the year for the next few weeks or something.
I'm agreeing, boys. I'd probably hold Goldie. He's actually started the year off not too bad. I'm a big North supporter, and we played Carlton on the weekend. He actually had 12 hitouts to advantage. But his problem was he didn't really get near the ball. He only had 10 touches. I think it was, one mark. So the ball's not going to be around. If you watch that game, we won by 90 points. The ball was in our forward line all game. So he wasn't really going to get near it. 60 wasn't a very good score, but you take that out and he's nearly averaging 100. So, yeah, I'd probably agree. I'd hold there. Yeah, thanks for your questions, guys. And our last segment for the night is on the bubble. Which players on the bubble? So I'm going to read out some players and their break-evens. And I want a yes or no. Actually, I want to quickly hear what you guys think about these players and what you should do. So we'll start off with really high break-evens. So Danger is sitting with a break-even of 209 at the moment. Slug, I'll take it away.
Yeah, well, I've already got this fella. I brought him in only for the fact that Matt Crouch was out, and I thought I'd bring him in now. You know, you think he'd be hitting 130s every week, and you'd be pretty happy with that because he'd be a big difference maker because not many people have him. But, yeah, you definitely got to wait to bring this bloke in. He's not hitting the scores he should be hitting, so he's definitely going to drop in money. He might even drop another 50k this week. I don't know what he's projected to drop by, but 36k when he's just dropped by 40k. So definitely hold off. Wait till he has a couple good games, then bring him in. If you got the cash for it, definitely wait on that one.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Hold him for now. On trading. Yeah.
Marco Crouchy, averaging 200. The left footer from Adelaide Football Club. What are your thoughts? I don't think he's playing at the moment. I don't think he's in this week, but he's not far away. His break-even is 200.
I'd have to say you'd have to... If you've got him, I'd probably would have traded him out by now. Just for the fact it's a hamstring injury. He's got that history of injury run like his brother. They've both been riddled with injuries over their career. So you never know. It could turn out to be a masterstroke to hold him. But yeah, you just don't know at this stage what his injury is like. I think he's out for another 3 weeks or something, boys. I'm not sure.
One or two, I think.
I think, it's coming back in soon.
1 or 2, yeah. Still, that's a tough one because you never know with those ones where it could be just this 1 week where he's out for and he'll be slotted straight back in the side. But yeah, I'd say just based on judgment, I'd trade him. And if you're the lucky ones that didn't have him, definitely looking to trade him in later in the year if his form picks up and he's not injury-free throughout the rest of the year. Definitely would pick him up at some point.
Definitely agree with that, Marco. Yeah. He'll be definitely someone I'll look to bring in. As I had him before his injury, he's just a ball magnet. He's got a good kick. He's definitely going to give you those touches. And he's going to give you those points easy. I think he was averaging... He was on 56 at the end of first quarter before he got injured. So I was pretty shattered when he got injured.
Definitely. And quickly, as just about my laptop's about to die, so we're going to have to end the podcast. The one rookie that I'll look in to try and bring in this week is Cofield from... Where's he from, boys?
St Kilda.
Yeah, I'd have a look at him and see how he's going to go. If you're going to trade out your Brayshaws, your Brayshaws or your David Uniacke, if you're someone like me who has him, I'd definitely take him out. I would definitely hold Holman from GWS. Kid's averaging 75 as a rookie. Definitely. He's going to make a lot of money, so don't even bother. He made 40k. He only scored 30 points, so that tells you something. Keep him in.
Don't drop.
2,000 people disagree with you, Butler, on that one.
Very interesting. Anyway, boys, thank you. Thank you very much for your participants. Really loved talking, and I hope this is a bit of a tradition for us because I've certainly had fun tonight. So thanks, Marco, and thanks, Sluggy.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was a good night, boys. Good chat.
Hope to do it again next week.
Thank you. So we will try and get a podcast up earlier in the week on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And if you want to send us your Twitter questions, we're on @SuperCoachLads. Anyway, have a great weekend.
We'll put it in the description with that. The link to the Twitter. Put that one in the description, boys.
In our YouTube channel. It'll be fine.
Bloody earth.
We'll get on to you.
No, that's right. And so have a great weekend. Eden absolutely have got Natty Mark. So hopefully we go well, and hopefully Benny Brown kicks 6 for me and leads the Coleman. Anyway, boys, what are you going to say?
All right, have a good round, guys. I'm looking forward to round 5. Hopefully we can get a good week in us this week.
Yeah.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
No worries, boys.
Catches. Alrighty.
That was fucking awesome.
That was actually pretty fucking good.